What's going on, Legionnaires, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, today and tomorrow, we're going to be playing catch up. We're going to be playing catch up on Marvel and DC comics that we haven't covered yet this week. And so for this video, we're going to be jumping into Black Cat issue number 6. Now, you guys know I personally have been really loving this line. You know, it picked up in The King in Black, and ever since then, it's just been going up. It's literally been high octane the entire time. And I am thoroughly enjoying what they are doing in this line. Now, this is written by Jed McKay. Art is Mike Dowling, and cover is by Pepe Larraz. Now, in the last issue, we saw Black Cat and Fox. These two individuals, with her little team of henchmen, they decided that they were going to rob the Thieves Guild. But at the last minute, Black Fox, he decided he was going to change things up a little bit. And instead, he offered up the deed to Manhattan for immortality. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you completely caught up on everything going on in this awesome line. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so this issue, it picks us up with the god showing up and accepting Black Fox's deal. The island of Manhattan in return for eternal life. Now, Black Cat, she wants to stop this. She tries to stop this bargain, but it's already too late. And in a matter of seconds, we see the deal struck, the contract sealed, and the god disappear. And Black Cat, she's left here in utter disbelief. She's just lost all sense. You know, Black Fox, the one individual she trusted more than anybody, literally just betrayed her. They were doing this to try to get the biggest heist of their lifetime. But instead, Black Fox, he renegotiated the terms. And so obviously we know Black Cat, she's not happy about this situation. Not even in the slightest. And she asks him, you know, what did you do? And he tells her what he had to do. But he did it for both of them because now they both have eternal life. They both are now immortal. And he even admits, you know, it's a monstrous thing I did. It's absolutely horrible, but I did it. The deal is done, the contract has been sealed, and there's nothing that you can do to stop what is about to happen. And Black Cat, she's mad, dude. She is so freaking mad right now. And she tells Black Fox, you know, as it stands, if you die, this contract is broken. But Black Fox reminds her that they both have to die because the deal was made for both of them. So both individuals would have to die for this deal to break. But Black Cat, in her rage, she doesn't care. She figures, you know, I'm gonna kill him now and I'll figure out the rest later. And this is where we see Black Cat literally claw out the throat of Black Fox. And with tears in her eyes, she's so furious and she is so mad because she had to go to this extent. Black Fox really pushed her to this level. But this is where we see Black Fox start to get up and his neck is healed completely fine because the immortality, it's already kicked in at this point. And so just like that, he is healed. They literally can't die. And so, you know, Black Cat, she asks Fox what will happen to Manhattan. And he lets her know that it's going to be taken into the vault. And that he suggests she gets away as fast as possible before that happens. And he lets her know, you know, what's done is done. This has already happened and there is nothing you can do up to this point to stop what is going to happen. You know, in this situation, you don't take any blame. You didn't do anything wrong. All of the blame falls on me. You are just benefiting from my horrible acts. And then he tells her that he's going to find her after all of this is done. Hopefully she'll have a different perspective at that point. Hopefully she'll come around to his way of thinking. But this is when he drops a smoke bomb and he disappears without a trace. And Black Cat is left standing there wondering what the hell she is going to do next. And so Black Cat, she makes her way up. She makes her way up back to the surface and back to her guys. And they're a little bit confused. You know, they don't understand what just happened. Everything rumbled for a quick second, but they don't have any more money. And so they figure it didn't work. But she lets them know it went exactly as planned. They just got double crossed. You know, and Black Cat, she kind of beats herself up about it. She really feels like she should have known. That she should have sniffed out his motives from the beginning. You know, she should have saw this coming, but she didn't. She was unable to see it coming because she was She was too clouded by her judgment because she loves him, because she sees him as a father. And so the three, they make their way outside. They go outside only to see Manhattan in complete disarray right now, because what they see are golden roots making their way up on to all of the skyscrapers in the city. And at the end of the day, Black Cat, she truly does feel like this is all her fault. She is carrying the weight of this on her shoulders. Now, as they're standing out in the street, this is when they see Peter Parker. This is when they see Spider-Man swinging his way over to her, asking like, what is going on? Like, what are all of these gold vines? And Black Cat, she lets him know, like, I have no idea. I have no clue what this is. And Spider-Man pauses and he asks her, you know, is this because of you? Do you have something to do with this? And she tells him no. And she feels bad about that. You know, her heart kind of breaks because Spider-Man, he easily believes her. He just says, okay, and I'm gonna go find Reed Richards and see if we can figure out what's going on. No hesitation, no questioning it. Spider-Man just believes her. He trusts her. But this is when she turns to her boys and she tells them, like, you guys gotta get out of here. I can't have you guys here right now while I'm trying to save Manhattan from going into the vault. And she even plays like that old Yeller trick and tells them, like, I don't need you anymore. Like, get out of here. Go on, get. It's super corny, but it's really funny at the same time. Like, she really does care about them, and she wants them to be safe in all of this ordeal. And what she's about to do next, she can't have them tagging along. You know, as it stands right now, Black Cat, she's immortal. And right now, she doesn't know what direction to go in. And the only individuals that knew more about the Gilded Saint than Fox were those in the Gilded Saint. So if someone wanted to do something about all of this mess, they would probably have to talk to the individuals that know more about the Gilded Saint God than anybody else. And that's what brings her to the Thieves Guild. And as she arrives here, she's immediately met with hostility. But it doesn't take long for her to show some dominance over these guys and just straight headbutts one of them right in his face. And she's being cocky and smirky, but at the end of the day, she knows her number. She knows what's about to happen. She has to take a beat down to be able to get to who she needs to see. And so she lets them know, like, let's get this over with. Hurry up and beat me down so we can get past this part. And this is where she is brought before Odessa. And Odessa, she asks, like, what do you want? Like, what are you doing here? Why did you come here? And Black Cat lets her know that she needs her help. Right now, the whole city needs her help. You know, she's seen what's going on outside, but really it's just another day in New York City. Another crisis and no concern of hers. Because the heroes, the Avengers, they're all gonna come and do something about it. They always do, so why sit here and even concern ourselves with these matters? And this is where Black Cat lets her know, you know, it's not really gonna be like that this time. Because this time, Black Fox sold Manhattan to the Gilded Saint. And this is where Odessa drops her wine glass immediately, because she knows exactly what this means. And Black Cat, she continues on, letting her know, you know, ever since the Frick job, the Fox and her have been planning to rip off the vaults. But Fox, he outmaneuvered her. He outsmarted her and ended up snowing her. It was all his play to be able to get immortality and steal it from them. And so the contract that they had originally made, it's broken. And this is where Odessa gets really in her face and is like, this whole time you were planning to rob the guild. And you would have done it. You would have succeeded had the Fox not played you. And it looks super serious at first, but then they just start crack out laughing. And Odessa says to release her. And so, you know, obviously there's a problem that needs to be solved. And Odessa asks Black Cat, like, what do you propose? What do you think would be a good option moving forward? And Black Cat's just like, I don't even know why you're asking me. Like, I don't know anything about all this magic stuff. Like, why do you think I came here and I took that beating from your men to be able to talk to you? But this is when Odessa's men bring in Felicia's boys, because they didn't run off. They didn't leave like she told them to. They followed right behind her. They weren't going to let her go and do all of this by herself. But as they're sitting here telling her this, she wonders how they found her. And they found her because of the tracker that they put on everything, all of their loot, everything, to include the deed to Manhattan. And so this gets Black Cat thinking, you know, everything that happened with Queen Cat, they chipped all the loot because of it. And so Black Cat, she starts to devise a plan. And this is where we pick up a little bit later. And Odessa has all of her thief sorcerers ready to do whatever needs to be done. And Odessa, she asks, are you certain that this is a wise decision? And Black Cat, she's like, no, this is definitely not a smart idea, but that's never been my concern. And Odessa reminds Black Cat that there's a price. Somebody has to pay for this. She wants Black Fox off the board completely. She wants him gone. Now Black Cat, she vows to take care of Fox. But everything else that they have going on between them, she says, we'll sort that out if I survive. But the only thing that's going to stand is that my boys, they get left alone. No matter what happens, if I live or die, I want them protected. And Odessa vows to this and says, let's get this show on the road. And this is where we see Black Cat step into a circle. A ritual begins. And this is where we see Odessa and her magicians send Black Cat to the vaults. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like I've been saying, I am thoroughly enjoying this line. Black Cat has really been a lot of fun, and I don't hate the idea of them making her immortal, because we know it's not something that's going to be permanent. It's not something that she was striving after or even something that she wanted. It was simply something that was bestowed upon her, and she is actually working very hard to try to reverse it, because she knows it comes at a cost, and that cost is all of Manhattan. And that is just not a cost that she is willing to pay. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you haven't yet, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and until the next breakdown.